How's it going, everybody? My name is Rinzler here, back again for another video, and welcome back to my Song of Ice and Fire character origin series. I apologize for not recording for a week. I've been very busy. So we're going to be continuing the series by talking about Robert Baratheon's true children, Gendry, Edric Storm, and Mya Stone. All three of them are Robert's bastard children. If you're unaware, a bastard is a child that's born out of wedlock, and all these children were born due to lustful affairs that Robert had with various women throughout the Seven Kingdoms. Let it be known at this time that Robert had more than three bastards, but only these three in particular have any sort of storyline, so everybody else is pretty much worthless to talk about, and many of them are actually dead in the current story, so there's no point even mentioning them. Not to mention, not all of them are even known, but these three have entire storylines, and their names are actually known. So, without further ado, let's talk about Gendry, Edric Storm, and Mya Stone. But before I get this video started, just a quick reminder that this video is going to be based on the A Song of Ice and Fire book series, and not the Game of Thrones TV show that is based on the books. So without further ado, let's discuss Gendry, Edric Storm, and Mya Stone. To start off, we're going to be talking about Gendry, who was born in 284 AC to Robert Baratheon and an unknown blonde woman who worked in a tavern and died when he was young. Gendry is the most recognizable of Robert's bastards to the fans, but in the actual world, nobody's aware that Gendry is Robert's bastard, as Robert himself was unaware of Gendry's existence. After his mother's death, he was taken in as an apprentice blacksmith in King's Landing by Tobo Mott after a mysterious man paid double the normal asking fee for Gendry to be taken in. The man's identity is never revealed, but it's implied to be Varys in one of his many disguises. When Gendry's 13, he's visited at the blacksmith shop by Hand of the King, Jon Arryn, due to him looking virtually identical to how Robert Baratheon looked in his youth. Unbeknownst to Gendry, but Jon Arryn is investigating Robert's bastards, due to his suspicions that the royal children, Joffrey, Tommen, and Myrcella, aren't actually Robert's children. A little while later, Jon Arryn mysteriously dies in his sleep. A little while after that, Gendry is visited by new Hand of the King, Eddard Stark, who also recognizes Gendry as Robert's bastard. Gendry forges his own helmet in the shape of a bull's, and Ned Stark even offers to buy the helmet from him, but Gendry refuses to sell it. Soon afterwards, Ned is executed by King Joffrey, and Gendry is sent with Yoren to join the Night's Watch. On the way to the Wall, Gendry makes unlikely friends with a little boy named Aery, and enemies with two younger boys named Hot Pie and Lamy Greenhands. Gendry is the only one who realizes that Arya is a girl disguised as a boy, but keeps this secret to himself, and doesn't even mention this to Aery. Soon after, Goldcloaks arrive, searching for Gendry, but Yoren refuses to give him up, and is later killed for it. Gendry, Lamy, Hot Pie, and Aery are able to escape, but Lamy's leg is injured by a spear. The group soon split up, and Gendry goes with Aery to investigate the abandoned town by the God's Eye. It's here that Gendry tells Aery that he's aware of her true gender. Arya confesses that she's really Arya Stark, and Gendry begins fumbling to apologize for speaking so crudely around her before this, and even begins calling her Milady. Arya, who is a massive tomboy, gets easily annoyed at this, and he begins calling her Milady in a teasing manner. Soon afterwards, the pair and Hot Pie are all captured and brought to Harrenhal by the mountain that rides Sir Gregor Clegane. Lamy Greenhands, however, is killed due to his injury, making him physically useless. Gendry is allowed to live and work as a smith under Tywin Lannister. However, he doesn't work for the Lannisters for long, as they soon abandon Harrenhal to Roose Bolton and the Starks. Soon after, Arya and Hot Pie are able to escape due to a deal that Arya struck with Jaqen H'ghar to kill the guards and escape Harrenhal. The trio are soon captured by the Brotherhood without banners, who discover Arya's true gender and identity. Thoros of Myr soon convinces Gendry to join the Brotherhood, and Gendry is knighted by Lord Beric Dondarrion soon afterwards. The group go to Acorn Hall, where Arya is forced to wear a dress, and Gendry teases her for it. Arya and Gendry soon get into an argument when she finds out that he's joined the Brotherhood, as she'd hoped that he would come with her to Winterfell and become the blacksmith of the North. And the two end up leaving on bad terms. The last time we see Gendry, he was working as a smith at the end of the crossroads, where he saves Brienne of Tarth from being killed by Biter. child of Robert's we're going to be talking about is his only legitimized bastard, Edric Storm. Well, not legitimized, but the only acknowledged bastard. Edric Storm is the bastard son of Robert Baratheon and Delena Florent, and is Robert's only legally acknowledged bastard child. Robert hoped for Edric to be raised by his younger brother Stannis, but Stannis, being an honorable man, despised Edric's existence and sent him instead to be raised by his younger brother Renly at Storm's End, under the guardianship of Sir Courtenay Penrose, who became like a second father for Edric. Edric was sent a present from King Robert every year on his name day, including his very own warhammer and a pony. Edric became very polite but also proud and strong, just like his father was. During the War of Five Kings, Renly is assassinated, and soon after, Courtenay Penrose is also killed. Edric is soon sent by King Stannis to Dragonstone. Edric is quick to befriend his cousin Shireen Baratheon, Patchface the family fool, and Stannis is handed the king Davos Seaworth. Lady Melisandre, the Red Priestess, wants to sacrifice Edric to use his king's blood against Stannis' enemies, but Davos talks her down to just leeching him instead. His blood is used to curse Kings Baelon Greyjoy, Robb Stark, and Joffrey Baratheon, who all soon after die under different circumstances. With his blood being a proven success, Stannis wants to sacrifice Edric entirely, but Davos saves Edric by putting him on a boat to Essos with protection from his cousin, Andrew Estermont, and that's the last time we saw Edric in the current story. Last but certainly not least, we're going to be talking about Robert's oldest bastard, his daughter, Mya Stone, who was born in 280 AC to Robert Baratheon and an unknown woman in the Vale. Mya was never legally claimed by Robert like Edric Storm was, but pretty much everybody knows that she's Robert's daughter. As a child, Robert would often visit Mya and use his strength to toss her into the air and catch her again when she came back down. Robert hoped to bring Mya to King's Landing, but his wife, Queen Cersei, implied that she would get hurt if she came to King's Landing, so Robert smacked Cersei in the face and kept Mya in the Vale for her own safety. Mya would grow up to become a fierce and lustful tomboy who falls in love with Michael Redfort. She gives her virginity to him, but Michael is forcibly married off by his family despite his feelings for Mya. Mya becomes the mule trainer, where it's her job to escort highborn lords and ladies with mules up and down the mountain, and she also manages to secure a commanding position over other mule handlers that are younger than herself. She also is lusted after by Sir Lothar Brune, but she doesn't seem to reciprocate his feelings. During the main story, Mya escorts various main characters up and down the Vale, including Catelyn Stark, Tyrion Lannister, Littlefinger, Robert Arryn, and Elaine Stone, aka Sansa Stark with black hair, up and down the mountains. She actually makes unlikely friends with Elaine Stone, who becomes a regular in Elaine's party. The last we saw of Mya Stone in the current story, she was in attendance for a tourney where Michael Redfort is present, and she seems to be upset by his presence. Quote by Gendry, or quote about Gendry from Tobo Mott to Ned Stark. You saw the boy, such a strong boy, those hands of his, those hands were made for hammers. Quote from Edric, I won't go pray to the Lord of Light, I am a warrior's man like my father. Quote from Mya Stone, men come and go, they lie or die or leave you. A mountain is not a man though, and stone is a mountain's daughter. I trust my father and I trust my mules, I won't fall. As you can tell, all three of Robert's bastard children are a lot more like Robert than Joffrey, Tommen, or Myrcella ever were. They all also look a lot more like Robert as well, all having black hair and blue eyes just like Robert did. All of them are very headstrong, but also have a tendency to be very polite. And all of them are very fiercely loyal to their superiors, but are also warriors by heart. All three of Robert's children are people that Robert himself would be very proud of if he was alive to see them now. Honestly, just like with his quote-unquote legitimate children, I don't really want to see any of Robert's bastards die in the story, even if they don't play a huge role. Honestly, all three of these children are incredibly likable in their own way, and it's a shame that none of them are really going to have a big part to play in future books, simply because they're minor characters who have never gotten their own point of view chapters. But regardless, I love Gendry, Edric, and Mya. Their personalities are really easy to agree with, and honestly, these three would be my best friends if they were real people. They're three of the most badass characters in the story and are incredibly underrated. And I was really pissed off when Edric and Mya were cut from the TV show, and Edric Storm was combined with Gendry's because even though Gendry's good, the world always felt more fleshed out when Robert's other bastards were present. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. Share this video with all of your friends on your various social media accounts. Remember to comment down below and tell me what I did and didn't do good. And before I sign off, I just want to apologize for the long wait between Robert Baratheon's video and this video. I've been very busy with other stuff in the last week. And I also want to apologize for flubbing out my words a lot. I'm tired and I'm hungry and it's early in the morning, so I'm sorry I'm flubbing out my words a lot. But I hope you liked the video regardless. And I will see all you dudes and chicks in the next video where we'll be talking about Robert's younger brother, Stannis Baratheon.